Hi everybody, welcome back. So today we're gonna work a little bit on our posture, opening up our chest, and then really regaining some reprogramming around the spine. Today's equipment will include a block and a resistance band. Resistance bands are great for this type of work, really to open up through the chest and then strengthening through the upper back. Lots of core control today. If you don't have any of these equipments, no worries, just make sure you're tapping into your own body's resistance. I'm gonna set this aside. You're gonna start coming into a seated position. So I've got my knees bent, my hips are over my heels, and even more comfortable, I can swoop in that block right in between my feet and then sit on the block. Nice and tall here. So take a second here, notice your natural posture. I want you to take a big inhale. Let it go on the exhale. Now, sit a little bit taller. Pull the belly up and away here. Open up through your chest. You can roll your shoulders all the way up and back. Let's do that one more time. Last time here. All the way open. And now keep that opening through the chest, long through the side of the body. Sit the belly up and in. You can either take your hands on top of a rib cage or on top of your thighs. Notice if you're arching the spine, tucking the tail under. You can do that a few times to find your neutral. Keep opening up through the chest. Take a big inhale here. Big exhale. As you blow out the breath, sit a little bit taller, away from the lower back, opening up, and then think about your wing muscles coming together without flaring your ribs open. Big breath in, big breath out. Now, posture is a really big thing here because it's so subtle and so much detail coming through that it tends to be underestimated, that opening of the chest, the drowning of the shoulders, long neck, long spine. One more breath here, big inhale. Now on your exhale, right ear and right shoulder connects. So find a nice neck stretch here through the side, left side of the neck. On the next inhale, come through the center. Exhale, ear to shoulder, come all the way through. And then notice any shifts on your spine, on your posture. Pull the belly up and in, open up through your chest, relax your shoulders. Come back into the center. Hands behind your head, and you're lightly gonna press your chin in towards your chest, stretching out towards the back of the neck. Now keep lengthening through the rest of the spine. So coming into that cervical spine here, back of the neck muscles. Big breath in. So you're not pressing too roughly here or aggressively, just gently. And then also allowing gravity to assist you here. Long through the low back. Big exhale. Release. Chin goes up towards your chest. Ribs stay connected. Opening up through the chest. And then roll the neck down and around. Whichever direction you choose first is fine. All the way up and open. Big breath in. Reverse the direction. Feels so good. Down and around. Ooh, let's do that one more time. So notice if there's any movement around your torso. Try to keep it nice and still. Excellent, you guys. And bring it out and around. Core is engaged, pulling the belly in. Awesome. Come through your center. Now, interlace your fingertips behind your lower back. See if you can touch the heels of the hands. Knuckles are facing down towards the ground. Open up through the chest, so we're not arching through the spine. You're just lengthening through the arms here. Taking your knuckles down towards the ground. Open up through the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Strong core. Releasing any strain from the neck. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, tuck the tail under, round the spine, roll forward. Your hips are still heavy on the heels or on the block. So good for the spine here. Roll it all the way back up, open up through the chest. Nice shoulder stretch here. Bring it all the way up and open, thoracic spine up. Gently look up and Release. Awesome. 1 or 2 shoulder rolls back and forward, loosening up. Excellent, everybody. All right, take the block off if you've got that. Come onto hands and knees. A few rounds here of cat-cows. Big inhale, drop the belly, lengthen, look up. Big exhale, press into the ground, round the spine, chin to chest, eyes to belly. 2 more like that. Big breath in, drop belly, lengthen, look up. Notice if there's any sticky spot in your body that you want to bring some movement or some breath into it. Maybe bring some circles. 1 more breath in. Big exhale. Excellent. All right, tuck the toes under, lift your hips all the way up and back. Find a down dog, find a stretch. Big inhale. Big exhale. Allow both heels to come as far down into the mat as you can. Shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly up and in. Start walking your hands back to your feet. Your legs are hip width apart here. Slight bend on the knees if you need to. Sway side to side. You roll your way up to a standing really slow, 1 vertebra at a time. Stack shoulders over your hips. Roll your shoulders down and back. This time interlace your fingertips. Open up through your chest, gently pressing your hips forward without collapsing into your lower back. So pull your knuckles down towards the ground. Open up through your chest, gently look up. On the exhale, bend the knees. Roll it forward, and then allow your belly to touch the thighs. Big shoulder stretch here. Sway side to side. Pretty intense stretch. Keep your knees bent if you need to. Let it feel good. So always chasing that feel good sensation. And then always keeping yourself on the edge as well. Release your hands gently, slowly. Walk it right back out into a down dog. And we're releasing the knees down towards the mat, back into hands and knees. Left leg goes back, right arm reaches forward. Now, notice if you're sinking into the right hip, you're sinking down into the lower back. Whatever tendency you have here, strong upper back, strong front of the body. Inhale to tap. Exhale, pull your way up, arm and leg. Inhale to the tap, long through the crown of the head. Exhale, pull it up. Right knee is still underneath your hip. Inhale, tap. Exhale, pull. Both hip bones shining down to the ground. Same thing with your shoulders. 2 more here. You lift. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, reach up and over. You're going to bend your knee, look over your right shoulder, tap your fingertips to your toes. Back into the center. Pull elbow and knee together around the spine. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale first, find your length. Get there first. Arrive. Exhale, twist over. You're touching right fingertips to left toes. Not sinking into the hips. Big inhale. Pull it in. This is your last one. Really round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, up and over. Excellent. Take it back into the center. Bring your right forearm down. Both legs extend back behind you. Hold it here. Open the little arm all the way up to the sky. And then you take it right back in through the center. That's the inhale. Exhale, open, reach. So try not to take your way back. Lift up to the sky. Back into the center. Strengthening through front and back of the body. 2 more times like that. Open, press. And then back into the center, a big inhale. Eyes over your right forearm. Open, you press. Take it back into the center. You hold for 3, for 2. Excellent, you guys. Knees down on 1. Take your hips back. You roll your way forward. Take it to the other side. Right leg back. Left arm reaches forward. Take a big inhale. Exhale, tap down. And then reach right back up. All right, so as you do this, nice and easy, you're pressing your right fingertips into the ground. Spread your fingertips apart, away from each other. Same principles you took on one side, you do on the other side. Both hip bones shining down onto the mat. Shoulders facing down as well. Give me 1 more here. You're lifting the leg from the right butt cheek. Good. Hold it at the top. You lift. Now take it up and over, not sinking into the hip. Maybe you touch the toes, maybe not. Back into the center, inhale. Exhale, pull, round the spine, tuck the tail under, press into the right hand. Inhale, extend. Exhale, up and over. Pulling the belly up and in. You reach it. Carry your weight up and in. And this is your last time. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Good. Back into the center. Pull it in. Extend right back out. Left forearm down on the mat. Both legs extend all the way out. Now, if you need that modification, you're going to take it down onto the knees. You open, so you've got a nice back view here. Notice one shoulder over the other, wrist over the other. You take it back into the knees, into the center. That's the inhale. Your belly is pulled up and away from the mat. Open. And then back into the center. Big breath in. So less attention on moving the body big and more attention and trying to keep the body still and moving slow, arriving onto your finishing pose. This is the last one. Inhale, exhale, back into the center. You hold for 3, for 2, 1. Take it all the way back. Excellent, you guys. Roll your shoulders down and back. Now, slowly, you're gonna come into a seated position. What is this? Crisscross applesauce. Take your band. So I've got a light resistance band here. Nothing aggressive. Place it around your wrists. Roll your shoulders down and back. So I'm gonna keep facing me. Go ahead and check out the posture or feel your posture here. Belly is up and in. Try not to sink into your lower back. Releasing the neck. Press into the band. You're going out wide and then pull it in. Pulling belly up and in, open chest here. Press it out. And then right back in through the center, big inhale. Exhale, press. So now you really feel it around those wing muscles. Your core is assisting you here to keep the spine upright, nice and stable. So inhale to close it out. Exhale to press. Always coordinating your breath to your movement. Sometimes we're so used to going fast and moving from one place into another, and our mind tends to stay in that habitual pattern. So try to slow it down. I know it's really uncomfortable for those of us who like it quick. Back into the center, big inhale. Just retrain to stay with sensations. Exhale, press out, strong. Yes. Good. Let's do 3 more together. Exhale. And then notice if there's tension creeping up around the neck, you can let it go. You can always drop your arms, shake it out, and then back out. Press. Good. This is 1 more, and we hold it open. Hold it out. Hold here. 3, 2. Take your arms all the way up to the top. Excellent. Take your band around your fingertips if you had that. Sink your shoulders down. Tuck the tailbone in slightly, right elbow and left elbow down. So we're just alternating here, right to left, and then coming back into that posture for 3. Good. 2, let's do that 1 more time. And 1. So activating through the lats here, back into the center. All right. Keep your band right where it is around the fingertips. Roll your shoulders down and back, pulling your elbow back, right? My right elbow, maybe it's your left elbow. Take it back into the center. It doesn't matter. Just alternate here, all the way back. So notice the position of the elbow is straight back as if I have the wall right against, back into the center. Mostly going to feel it stabilize through around shoulder blades. Yes, upper back. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. And then really common to send our twist right to left or to collapse onto the sides. I want you to pull yourself upright. The elbow is nice and wide out to the side, so the elbow never reaches down into the waistline and then back into the center. It's the exhale on the effort. Strong core, big breath in. Exhale. Almost there. Release it if you need to. Skip a rep if you need to. Listen to your body. Good. One more, left and right. Big inhale, nice and slow. Exhale. Good. Hold it. Lift it all the way back up. And now you reach, right elbow down. Release, so strong through the lats. Back in. Two more, left and right. Sink your shoulders down. Notice your hips if they're flaring, if you're sinking into your lower back, if you're tucking. So all those habitual postures, notice it, and then bring yourself back upright. Pull. One more time here. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Back into the center. Exhale. And release down. Take a second. We've got one more like that with your band. You're going to place your wrists back in the band. Now you're going to open and then pull it down. Now that's really going to open up through your chest and then reach it all the way back up. Side view here. My tendency is to collapse into my lower back as I pull it back, but that's actually releasing what's going on in the core. Pull belly up and in, press out. You don't have to go as low to get all the way back up. Big inhale. And then if the band is a little too much of a resistance, you can let it go. Take your arms behind you, open up, you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then you reach. Palms always facing forward. Exhale, pull. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull it down. So tapping to your own body's resistance. Reach. Never depend on external props to find your resistance. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Opening up through your chest. Good. Two more here. All the way down. All the way up. And one more. Take it down, open up through your chest, and then reach it all the way up and release it down. Excellent, you guys. All right, we're gonna bring our weight onto our belly. Take your block with you out in front of you. So belly down, block out in front of you. Legs are long behind you, hip width apart, internal rotation through the hips. Two hands will be on top of the block. If you need to extend or press the block a little bit further out, do that. Now, lots of attention here on what's happening onto the lower back. A lot of us are very eager to get that lift of the chest, but what's happening here is that I'm digging onto my lower back. So it's not about how high, but rather the position of the hips. If I tense up my hips, I dig into the lower back. If I lengthen the tailbone, down towards the mat. So almost as if I want to take a tuck under, but I'm not going to be going into that full tuck under because I've got the floor underneath. It's not going to let me. So pressing your pelvis into the mat, at least that's the way I think about it. Pull the belly up and in, press your hands into the block. That's going to be your exhale. And on the inhale, release. Exhale. Slight tuck under, press into the block. Open up through your chest. Your neck is long. Take it all the way down. Big breath in. Exhale. So notice the shoelace part of your feet pressing down into the ground. Open up through your chest. Strong here. Inhale. Working through our upper back. I've got to have so much attention of what's going on onto my lower back because my tendency is to curve and then take it down. Big breath in. Big exhale. Lift. So try to think of it first from the lower back instead of upper back and then course correct on the lower back. As you lift up, slight tuck or lengthen lower back or tailbone down to the mat. And then from there you lift. Let's practice that one more time. So inhale, exhale, tuck slightly. Lengthen the lower back, lengthen your tailbone to the back of the mat, and now you press up, long back of the neck, really strong around the arms. Awesome. All right, release the block, hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up and over the heels, sit heavy on the heels. Round the spine. Nice, you guys. All right, one more here. You're gonna come up onto your knees. Extend one leg out. The other knee is gonna stay below your hip. Bam. Hands behind your head. Open up the elbows. Again, tucking slightly under. We're not in that posterior tilt. Open up through your chest. Take a big inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Tilt it over. So notice that nice long energy. Square the shoulders down to the mat. Back into the center. Untwist. And then reach to lift all the way up. Yes. 5 like that. Inhale. Up and over. Tilt. From here. Square. Pinky blade of the foot that's extended stays on the mat. Back into the center. Now I feel everything from that lower leg trying to stabilize core, open chest. Inhale. Exhale. Square it out. Back into the center. These are your obliques coming through to the lift. You've got 2 more like that. Exhale. Stay with me. Keep the position of the pelvis right where it belongs, into the center. Lots of detail coming through. Big inhale. Remember, we're trying to find those imbalances of your muscles, up and over, and then course correct. So sometimes they're a little sneaky. You square, back into the center. Awesome. No rush. Take it back up. Yes. Extend the arms. Tilt or hinge forward. Sending your hips back. Hands come down on the mat. Pull the belly up and in. Try not to sink into the hip. You lift your leg just a few inches and lower for 5. Press up. 4. Flex through the heel. Lots of energy coming out. 3. Long extended leg. 2. We hold at the top. On 1. Pulse it. 5. 4. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. 3. 2. And 1. Take it all the way down. Release. Roll your shoulders down and back. Excellent, you guys. Come back up onto your knees. Extend the opposite leg. Hands behind your head. Open up through your chest. Sink your shoulders. Slide them down. And then same idea. You lift up and over. Good. Square the shoulders. Back into the center. Square the shoulders down to the ground. And then lift all the way up. So try not to collapse. That's where the energy comes through. Collapse even further. Back into the center. And then you reach. I want you to lengthen. So oppositional direction. Press it down. Long through the upper body. Bring that energy up and over. Nice. Square the shoulders to the mat as much as you can. Take it back into the center. Big inhale. 3 more like that. Up and over. Square it out. Send it to the center. Untwist. And you've got your last one right here. Breathe if you need to. Slow it down. You don't need to go at my same pace. Up and over. Square, strong. Zip the belly up and in, ribs in. Back into the center. Good. Extend the arms overhead. Hinge on the hips. Hands, slide them underneath your shoulders. Take a second here. Belly pulls up and in. Now really fire up through the outer glute, obliques, core. Lift, and then take it down. I'm not asking you to lift that leg all the way up, right? Now sinking into that hip. Up and back. 5. 4, long back of the neck. Eyes right in between the hands or slightly forward. 3. 2, we hold at the top. On 1, hold, pulse. 5, 4, 3, strong. 2, and 1. Woo, and you take it down. Excellent work, you guys. Roll your shoulders down and back a few. Roll it forward. Similar to how we started, roll onto the neck to one side. Keep yourself connected to the core, sipping belly up and in. Other side. Awesome. All right. Coming onto a seated position, butterfly. So you can always take the block with you, sit on the block. Otherwise, either heels in or extend them out if you're pretty tight on your hip flexors and inner thighs. Sit long here, tall. Grab onto your ankles, open up through your chest, press your shoulders away from the ears. Take a big, beautiful inhale through the nose. On the exhale, hinge forward. You can walk your hands out as far out as your body allows you to go. Try not to round or hide yourself here. Open up through the chest. Just a few breaths. And then allow the body to soften here into this stretch. Big inhale. And then you notice the more you trust, the further you can go. Exhale. Walk it all the way back. Excellent work, everybody. I hope you feel good and open and strong through your upper back. Practice really good posture when you're brushing your teeth, when you're washing your dishes, when you're walking around, when you're making or you're in line for something. Just open the chest, slide your shoulders down, ribs are in, relax around the neck. A lot of us have so much tension around the neck and the shoulders. Notice what that's doing and see if you can open your chest forward. Beautiful work. I'll see you on the next one, everybody.